All right, welcome everybody to the Motor City Cup Gen 6 stock car racing here with Nexus Sim Racing. We got a 73-degree day, 38% humidity with a 2-mile-an-hour wind. We're going to see 35 fantastic laps here with the Gen 6 cars, and we are ready for this action-packed day.
I'm really thrilled to see the type of action we have on screen today. Starting grid. Josh Benoit on pole, Derek Miller second, Javone Thompson third, Tim Henderson fourth, Stephen Doughton fifth, Rob Collier sixth, Matt Stevens seventh, Matthew Johnson eighth, Matt Yost ninth, Robert Gass 10th. And that is your starting top 10 grid for today.
All right, we're about to take the green flag here. Coming down the front straightaway, going into turn 1, we're going to see today who the King of Canada is. Josh Benoit going into turn 1 with the lead of the race. And we got some squirrely cars behind it. Henderson behind him going sideways. Benoit holds onto it through the first few corners. The 48 car right on his bumper as we see some pileups in the back.
We got a battle here for third. Looks like they're going to get back single file as they go through this short little chicane here. Battle for the lead, tightening up. The 48 car all over your leader, Benoit.
Derek Miller really putting the pressure on Josh here. Going through the back straightaway. This is a heavy braking zone that they're coming up into. The 48 car is trying to take advantage of it as the 21 overshoots that corner. The 48 is going to take advantage of it and goes right by him.
Oh, looks like Miller is off the pace. Or Josh, he's off the pace. He's falling back to fourth now.
Derek Miller takes control of this race, coming around the hairpin, going to the start-finish line.
Looks like we got a battle side by side there for fourth.
It's Josh again. Something happened to him. He's off pace. Lost a lot of spots right there. He's got a huge gap to overcome, over 4 seconds.
Yeah, faded all the way back to fourth. Now getting the heat put on him now here by Stephen Doughton as we've completed lap 1 here.
Wow, what a crazy lap. We've actually got some crashes to look at. We'll go back real quick and look at them. This is Matt Yost going into that really hard braking corner down the back straightaway. He gets in there real hot, locking up the tires, gets into the 70 car, goes around. No
That's some serious contact there. Yeah. Wonder what kind of damage we have on those cars. We'll have to see as they come back around here.
We'll go live again. We'll check out these cars. Derek Miller still leading this race. Rob Collier in second. He looks like he's got a pretty clean car, sporting that Nexus Sim Racing blue and white Ford Mustang. Coming down the back straightaway into this heavy braking corner.
Looks like Josh has moved all the way back up to third after the early troubles. Currently sitting with a 5-second interval to the leader here. See if he can put some good laps together here and maybe mount a charge back up front.
Right now, looking at the standings, we got Derek Miller with a +1 from the start, and Rob, the real big winner here, +4, sitting in P2.
Looks like the gap there between Derek and Rob is kind of leveled out about 2 seconds. It's going to be interesting to see if he either gains some position or... Oh, wow. Car failure after car failure. What happened to Rob there? Looks like he's back up to pace now.
Maybe a missed shift or something. We see that sometimes out of these H-pattern cars. A missed shift can really mean the difference between a 1 second and 5 seconds behind the car in front of you. We had another crash in the back. We'll take a quick look at that. Gio Oaks, sporting the number 5 Ford Mustang, going into that heavy braking zone again. Just locked it up, went into the grass, spins it back out, trying to get back onto the track. Get that back
corner's
on,
been a real tough spot for these drivers here today.
for sure.
See if they can make
sure.
some adjustments.
Going back to the lead of the race here, not lead, but third place with Rob Collier. Derek Miller has put a 7-second gap on second place. No mistakes out of this guy. He is just ticking away at these laps. We're coming to lap 4 with Derek Miller coming down one of the final straightaways to the start-finish line.
He's just running a fantastic race so far, no mistakes, and he's stretching that gap out.
He's still getting it. Full power. You see this man go. Sporting the 7 time. Beautiful car.
Looks like the battle here for 7th might be heating up here between Steven and Johnson. Looks like he might have made a mistake there. Matthew Johnson kind of got a little bit of a gap there to Steven. It was heating up there for a little while.
As we can see, these road courses, they put a real strain on these stock cars. They're not meant for left turns at all, especially these Gen 6 cars. They're really fun to watch on road course racing. Watching these guys circle around this track, getting it done. We're going to see lots of action. Let's move on up to Javon Thompson here. Sporting the 93 car. Against him, Tim Henderson. 2 seconds, 1.5 seconds behind him. Coming down the...
We saw Tim Henderson in the top 3 here earlier in the race. I'm kind of curious what happened to put him so far back.
We got another crash in the back. Matt Yost. Let's take a look at that real quick. He's got damage to that left front. He's probably struggling. Going off track here. Might have to make a pit. Get some damage repair there to help him continue on with this race and gain some more positions. Let's go back live here.
I wonder if that was contact from that incident in that tight braking zone earlier in the race.
Yeah, absolutely. Possibly. We can see some... Oh, and the 60 gets a hit on the wall there. He's got some right front damage. He's hurt. He's hurting.
Oh yeah, that thing's all out of whack there.
'60 car looks like I can see a pit stop out of him. That car looks damaged. He's all over the racetrack. Hopefully he can get that thing planted.
Looks like we got a battle here for second. It looks like it's heating up. Rob Collier's got that thing down to a second here. Behind Josh.
Yeah. This is going to be a good race here. I think these two guys are pretty competitive in themselves. Derek Miller just, again, pulling away from this field. Almost 9.5 seconds on Josh.
Hops the curve. Wow, he's getting it right now.
We're seeing Rob Collier really pushing the buttons here, trying to catch up to this 21 car to see if he can get around him, get another position. I think they're pretty close in and speed, we can see a possible good battle out of this. Rob Collier actually pulled almost a second and a half faster last time around. The 21 is slowing down.
Yeah, he's spinning that thing sideways down the straightaways, getting as much launch off the corner as he can. He is digging in that car right now.
He's wheeling it. He's got to be careful. He's got to save those rears. Those rears will go away in a hurry.
You think he's putting some pressure on him here to maybe force him into a mistake?
Absolutely. Absolutely. This is what you got to do, and he's doing a great job.
I mean, we just have a fantastic battle. These guys are running similar lap times. They're using similar lines on the track. This is going to be a tough pass to make here for Rob.
Let's get this from the chopper view. Let's see if we can get some insight on what lines they're taking. Rob trying to get that inside line, trying to get that draft off of the 21 to gain a little bit of extra speed coming to the start-finish line as they go into a really hard braking zone. Rob Collier just grabs a whole bunch of space, real estate right there, getting up to the 21.
Real hard onto the brakes, was able to get the power down here down the front stretch. It'll be interesting to see who gets advantage here going into the turn one. Again, gaining a lot of ground, using all the brakes in this one.
Yeah, as we pull up the last lap time, Rob Collier, again, pulling a faster lap time than the 21. He is on a mission to try and get this 21 car.
But the stone cold racing demeanor out of Josh, not making any mistakes here. Holding one pretty wheel.
Stone cold Josh Benoit in the 21, trying to hold off the 02, doing a fantastic job. The 02 is digging.
You just got to be careful here not to wear out your tires if you're Rob. You've got a faster car in the braking zones. Just use that to your advantage.
As we see him get into this hard braking zone, Collier again making some time up in those braking zones. I think that's where he is strongest. Look, he's making the inside pass.
Leaves him plenty of room.
As they
Great
slow down.
positioning.
The 02 gets side by side with the 21 going into the straightaway here. He relents, lets the 21 by. He's going to get a great draft going down this straightaway.
Josh Benoit with the excellent driving. Self-aware of what's going on around him, giving plenty of room in case Rob gets in the binders a little too hard and out of shape.
Puts the pedal to the metal, makes it stick. Coming through the start-finish line, the 02 pulled a little bit of a slower lap time. He is still there with the 21, making a competitive drive, making this interesting. Go get him, buddy. Let's pull back to this. Oh, we got a side-by-side battle right here with the 93 and the 09. 09 lets him through.
That's Thompson by Doughton. That Goldfish car, the car that smiles back, see is checking out on your 5th place runner at the moment.
It looks like Javon Thompson, he is fast. He's making some good lap times right now. Faster than 3rd place as we speak.
Looks like the lead, the battle for 2nd here is heating up even more. I think it was down to like a 0.2 of a second. As Collier sends it in the braking zone. Does not get close enough to make the pass.
The 21 getting squirrely out of that hairpin. The 02 can capitalize on this and get a good draft going down this straightaway. Let's see what he can do here. We know he's stronger in the braking zones. He might be able to pounce on this 21 if he's bold enough. Or he can save it for turn 1.
Using up a whole lot of curb here. Got one heck of a run off. Can he mount a charge here into one?
Oh, we got a crash with Javon Thompson as the 02 tried to get underneath this 21. We're going to go back to this crash real quick. Javon Thompson in the 93 Goldfish Ford Mustang. Let's see what happens here. Oh, sends it in there real hot. Loses a lot of time to our second and third place drivers. We'll go back. Rob Collier and Josh Benoit again going at it.
Stone Cold Josh Benoit making it real difficult on Rob. He is putting on a phenomenal drive.
This is only lap 9. We still got 26 laps to go. Oh, and they both go off.
Into the grass. Oh, man.
Oh, they're trying to restart. They're side by side right now. They were going slow out of that corner.
Rob Collier makes the pass.
And he prevails going into the hairpin as the 21 tries to make a shoot back at him.
Great battle between these two for the last 4 laps. Just putting it on for you guys tonight.
Yeah, definitely great racing by these two guys. Putting on a show.
Oh, he uses a lot of curb. That's going to hurt the lap time there.
Let's see what he can throw down here. Put up the last time. Rob Collier with a 149. Josh with a 151. Real slow lap time because of that heavy braking zone down the back straightaway.
I think this is Josh Collier or Josh Benoit out here saving a little bit of tire potentially, maybe to mount another charge here late.
Oh, and he overshoots the corner a little bit. That allows the 21 to come up and make his move going down this back straightaway. We're going to be seeing them go into this heavy braking zone with the 02 getting sideways out of the corner. What can the 21 do
Stone Cold
here?
Josh Benoit with the move on the inside will have preferred advantage here on left or right-hander.
Wow, great driving by that 21.
This battle has been phenomenal. Josh Benoit has been able to get on the power, but Rob Collier with the brakes.
Let's take you guys on board for one lap around here with Rob Collier. Downshifting into turn 1, real slow corner. Coming out of turn 2, you see the 21 get sideways. Real smooth throttle application for Rob Collier. Saving his rear tires. Using up them corners as much as he can. He gets sideways, he saves it.
I'm just impressed on how deep he's able to drive into these corners and still not overshoot them. It's just impressive on how much he's practiced on the braking in this track.
Definitely leagues ahead of most drivers, doing a great job under braking. Here we're going to be able to see this heavy braking zone on where Rob is so strong at. Look how much ground he gains as he overshoots the corner.
Oh, he overshoots the corner. No. A lot of time lost there.
Yep, he'll get a slowdown penalty for that. It's almost game over. We see Javon Thompson now coming up into Rob Collier's peripheral. We're going to see if he can
We're
do
gonna have
anything
another
about this.
strong battle here.
We'll go back to the TV broadcasting and see what the 93 is up to. As the 93 goes side by side, going into the last straightaway here. This is going to be a good battle. Javon putting down some good lap times as well, relative to second and third.
Looks like Collier is able to get that thing going again, and he's able to maintain that third position for the time being.
Laps into this race here in Canada. We've got one driver out of this race, Matthew Johnson. We got one in pit lane, Robert Gass. Dallas Seward, Geo Oaks, one lap down. Matt Yost struggling to stay on the lead lap. We'll see what he can do there.
Whoa, someone was off right there. Was that your 5th place driver? Was that Downton? Not sure what happened. I saw a bunch of grass get kicked up there in the background of that last shot.
Let's see, we do have a crash here. Let's look. The 60 car just really struggling.
That damage he got earlier is just not helped out at all with the handling of that thing. He's got his hands full behind the wheel of that one.
Yep, absolutely. The Slurp Man. Parking it. Waiting for drivers to come by. Getting his gears straight. Gets back on track. And continues on. Let's go back to this third place battle right here with Rob Collier and Javon Thompson, the 02 and the 93.
Really looks like the handling on that 02 car has gone away.
Rob doing a great job holding off that 93 right now. As Tim Henderson
These
goes
drivers
in pit
have
lane.
a handful. Tim Henderson's probably screaming for some new tires.
Yeah, I would be too. Rob Collier off track right there. He's got to slow down. Now we're going to see a battle between these two drivers. Rob Collier just a little bit better than Javon Thompson, so let's see if he can get around.
Using a lot of curb there. Getting a great run down the front stretch.
We've seen some great battles so far. Lap 14 out of 35. We see P1 as Derek Miller holding an impressive gap to second place. 26.6 seconds over Josh Benoit. Stone Cold 21 there with Javon in third. And the 93 Goldfish car and Rob Collier in the 0-2 as he's getting squirrely coming down the back straightaway. That man needs some tires.
Yeah, I think everybody's needing tires here. When do you expect them to maybe make a pit stop? You think they'd be splitting this thing in half, or?
I would suspect so. It'd probably be best for strategy. If I was Derek Miller, I'd play it safe and do it like that. Josh, Javone, Rob, they got to do something different in order to catch back up to Derek.
Looks like Javone went a little wide there, and that hard right-hander lost a little bit of time here to Collier.
Go to the chopper view here. As he does a
Rob
great
Collier
job.
all day. Just so impressive on the brakes.
Yeah, that's where he gets most of his time, and he's making it stick. He's doing a great job.
There hasn't been one corner today he hasn't been charging hard. Just an impressive drive by Collier tonight.
Let's go to our leader for a bit and see how he's making out as he's starting to lap the 60 car of Tim Henderson. Still got a pretty clean car.
I think Tim Henderson's on fresh tires. He just was on the pit lane. So this will be interesting. Got to play it safe here if you're the leader. You don't want to get in the way of somebody with faster time.
As we see Henderson go down the inside of the 48, he decides to back off the 48, using up a little bit of curb there. Actually, taps
both
the
using
wall there.
curb.
Going to the start-finish line. Impressive run by this 48. Doing a great job. 27 seconds ahead of second place. He's got a little bit of damage on that right side. I don't think it's going to affect him much. His lap times are just phenomenal. 145.4 last time around with second place of 146.46. 1 second full faster. Lap 16 out of 35. 16 laps on these tires. He's pulling phenomenal lap times.
Using up all the track on exit. Digging through the S's. Down into the hard left-hander.
Oh, we got a crash with Steven Downton in 5th place here. Let's go and look back at that. As he locks up, trying to make that last hairpin corner, just overshoots it. He's got some damage on his left-hand side of that vehicle. Let's see if he can continue on. Try to get a good finish out of this.
That's a very difficult right-hander to make lap time in. Easy to get on the brakes too hard there.
Just doing a phenomenal job over all these cars. Putting down some very consistent, very fast lap times. This man is the man to beat in that 48 Lowe's Chevrolet.
He is driving like Superman tonight. Very fitting paint scheme for the drive he's putting on.
Let's look a little bit here at Josh in the 21 car. He's also driving a very good race. 146.88 last time around.
We have a battle here for third. Rob Collier, Javone Thompson are going back and forth. Looks like Collier is able to make the pass for third.
Going into this heavy braking zone, we know that Rob Collier can really put that car up front with his braking capabilities. And he just eats Javone going into that last corner. He puts a lot of gap there. Javon using up as much corner as he can to try to catch back up to that Rob Collier car of the 02.
This battle is not going away. Von Thompson mounting another charge, keeping that gap.
Oh, as we see Rob lock up a little bit. He goes off track. Rob's got to slow down. Javon's going to be able to take this back going into the hairpin, and he passes him.
Rob Collier getting hard on the brakes. You love to see it, but when you have big risks, it's big rewards or big tire fall off.
Here we've got prime time for pitting. If I was Rob, I'd probably pit right now and get those fresh tires to see if he can get ahead of Javon Thompson. Here he comes down
Here he
pit road.
comes. Great call on that one, Tom.
As Javon goes on, we see our first pitters out of the front of the lead pack here. Rob Collier, the first guy to elect to go down pit road. Let's see if he gets a good pit line or pit speed out of this.
This is a huge chance for him to short pit the guys in front of him to gain some track position.
We got Matt Steven coming down pit road as well, sporting 5th place. We got left sides down on Rob, and he is away. I'm really excited about this, Jay. I think we're going to see some good racing out of Rob to try to get back up to 3rd place.
Now this is an important part of the race right here. Now fresh tires, you got to maximize your outlap the best you can to gain the advantage on the guys around you. But he's going to be so happy to have some new tires. He's going to be able to drive that thing. He's going to feel like Superman out there. See what kind of lap times that he gets on this outlap. Looks like your leader, Derek Miller's in pit lane right now.
Let's take a real quick look at that. He's hitting his pit box right about now.
With the gap that he has, just no mistakes. That's all you're asking for here.
As Josh Benoit goes around him.
Stone cold Josh Benoit into the lead.
This is
Derek
really
Miller
good.
on the out.
This is really good for Rob. If Josh can hold him back a little bit, it's going to be better for Rob to catch up. Plus, the longer that Josh is out, the more quicker lap times Rob can do. Javon Thompson in for the pits right now. As we're seeing the battle of old tires versus new, no match. The 48 is already on the bumper of the 21. No lockups
This is
out of the
stone
21.
cold Josh Benoit.
Doing a fantastic job in front of this 48 car.
He is tough to pass. He is making that thing very wide, very difficult. Doesn't make mistake.
As the 48 goes on the inside of him coming out of the final hairpin, he's going to look to make a run on the 21.
Those fresh tires are feeling real good on that car for Derek Miller. Has the preferred advantage going into the final turn. Probably have him cleared before they get there.
The 21 still not electing to pit. He stays out.
Oh,
he's
he's
getting loose in the grab.
sideways.
Great save by the 21 to continue his race. We'll see how this pit strategy plays out for him. We already see Rob Collier in front of Javon Thompson with a 5-second lead. Josh just losing a bunch of time now.
That's the advantage to undercutting your competition. He gained a whole net 6 seconds over Thompson there. Great pit strategy by Collier. Now, how much longer are we going to see Stone Cold Josh Benoit on the track here before he decides to make his pit stop?
20 laps on this set of tires around this brutal race course, and we're still seeing him stay on track with no damage. What an animal. As he locks up in the heavy braking zone, but he keeps it on track, doing a great job. Coming into this final corner, we'll see if the 21 elects to pit this time.
Who's really advantaged from this is Rob Collier. He's got this lead cut down drastically here to Benoit. And here he comes from second. Be very interesting to see where he blends back on track with Rob Collier.
Yep, let's go to Rob Collier here as he's coming down the final straightaway to the start-finish line. Josh was just getting into his pit stall.
I think this battle for second's gonna heat up real quick.
Josh Benoit just left the pits. You can see him there right next to the pace car. He's going into turn 2.
Rob is driving it hard. He can see it's like a shark smelling blood in the water. Here he comes.
6 seconds behind a second place. 7 seconds in front of 4th place. Rob has everything in the world to go after the second place car and get a better finish than what he's in right now. Putting the pedal to the metal. 0-2 car. Rob Collier trying to get back up.
It'll be interesting to see what the lap times are over these next few laps with Josh on new tires and Rob Collier on some older tires. See what the differential on lap time is here. Still charging hard into those corners. He is just unrelenting over here.
Those corners. Doing a great job keeping it on track. Let's see what his lap time is here. A 144.4. And 4th place actually goes 143.2. He's going faster than Rob. Javone Thompson coming with a purpose.
He's got lots of laps to get there. Just gotta stay consistent.
As he gets into the wall, gets damage on his right side. Rob pushing too hard through those S's right there. Grabs a little damage. Let's see if Javone can go ahead and capitalize this as he shoots the next corner as well.
Looks like he minimizes the damage and only loses about a second to 4th. We'll see how this damage affects his run as we get closed in here towards 13 to go.
Thompson behind him, just slow and steady as he goes, keeping that gap between Rob and himself to a minimum. In fact, he's actually gaining on Rob, as Josh Benoit just keeps going faster and faster. A 142.1 he just pulled, 2 seconds faster than our leader that we have right now. As we're getting into some lap traffic with Rob Collier, the car number 70, Matt Yost. He's going to give him the room.
Very interesting strategy there for Stone Cold Josh Benoit. Looks like he was staying out longer to maximize his tires to the end of the run. And he just is getting faster.
He is. Rob Collier, that time around, pulled a 145 flat. And Javone Thompson goes 143.5. 1.5 seconds a lap. He is catching Rob Collier for 3rd place. Rob is losing a lot of time here to Javone. He's got to find something to stay ahead of him. It might be this damage with all these long straightaways, acting as a parachute, not being able to hit his top speed like he should. Javone capitalizing on that.
Yeah, he's cut that lead down to about 2.5 seconds now. Thompson is on the charge.
Let's go for an onboard of Javone Thompson here. We'll see if how he's doing this right now.
Just maximizing the track. Gets an excellent run off that corner. Just smooth and steady on the wheel. You can see that 3rd place right there in front of him. He's on attack mode.
It's like a big juicy steak and he wants it. Javone Thompson going into this hard braking zone. No lockups is what he needs in order to catch up to Rob Collier.
Collier wide!
He gets out of shape. Possibly tags the wall. Here comes Javone on the outside. Going into this corner, he backs off.
He's there now, ladies and gentlemen. We have a battle for 3rd heating up. We've seen Collier all night, able to dive into these corners really hard.
We'll see what Rob can do here. Just
Oh, a lot
those
of curb. Wow, I'm surprised that Collier was able to maintain his speed after he got into that 2nd curb so abrasively. No mistakes there by either driver.
Rob's giving it all she's got. Javone just patiently waiting for Rob to make a mistake. Javone in prime position as he gets a great corner entrance and exit. Rob's putting a lot of wheel into it. We'll see what he can do going into this heavy braking zone.
Javone Thompson really soft on the brakes. Misses the 1st curb, maximizes the 2nd one. Collier sideways. Oh, he overshoots the corner.
So close to contact.
Closes up a lot of ground there. Collier all over the second curb again.
Collier wants to keep this third place, and he is doing everything he can to stay ahead of this 93 Mustang.
Using up all that curb on that right-hander. Collier was able to get the power down. No wheel spin that time. Collier wide again! I don't know if he made contact that time or not. It was awfully close. What a great battle. These two drivers are leaving it all on the track tonight.
Oh, Rob
Oh,
Collier
he
got
made a
slow down.
mistake.
That is not good news for Rob. He's got to make this time back now. Overshooting that corner, getting a slowdown for him. Javon Thompson being patient, waiting for Rob to make a mistake. He does and capitalizes on it. Javon Thompson into third place.
Now can Rob Collier get his tires back underneath him and mount another charge for third?
He's got a Mount Everest hill climb in front of him. Can he do it? Rob Collier possibly looking like he's just run out of tires.
Using up both curbs again, gets wide, almost into the wall. He's using up all of the track on that corner exit. Sure is not going to go down without a fight tonight.
As we've been covering this battle, we've had a crash with Geo Oaks. Let's take a look back at that. Oh, big overshoot going into the final hairpin. Comes back up on
That's
track.
where we've seen the mistakes all night. Tough corner to navigate.
Very tough corner, absolutely. We'll go back to our top 4 drivers here. Rob Collier coming into the last hairpin has lost 7 seconds now to Javon Thompson. What can we expect out of this 0-2 car?
There's a lot of distance to make up here. Not a lot of laps left. Just got to run consistent lap times now, and maybe he can mitigate the damage and mount a charge on Javon Thompson here late.
Let's go through the field again with our leader of Derek Miller. Has an impressive 37-second gap over second place as he goes into this final hairpin into the final straightaway. What a dominant drive today that we've seen out of this 48 car with driver Derek Miller.
Haven't seen him make any mistakes. Keeping a pretty wheel, soft and easy on the brakes, and just able to keep that gap. Just a phenomenal drive so far tonight by Derek Miller.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. He's definitely the man to beat right now with our second place competitor, Josh Benoit, going into the final hairpin. What a drive by him. Stone cold Josh Benoit. What do you expect?
Stone cold Josh Benoit. He has been awesome tonight. Hasn't made any mistakes. Kept the gap. Run a different strategy as the leader. And just putting together one heck of a drive. He made it tough on him. They've definitely given him a challenge tonight, and he has not made any mistakes. Just impressive. Stone cold Josh Benoit.
Absolutely, absolutely. Try to mix it up with the pit strategies. So far, has put a pretty good gap on third place, trying to catch the leader. We'll see what he can do with the rest of the race here as we go to Javon Thompson, rounding out the podium in P3 right now with 6 laps to go. Great drive by him too. We've seen the great battles between him and Rob Collier. Fantastic drive, keeping that car clean. What can we expect out of this guy?
Definitely Javon Thompson in the car that smiles back. He has put on a great show, limited his mistakes, put on one heck of a battle there with Rob Collier earlier, and has stretched his gap out to him, and now just trying to settle in here for this podium finish.
I think if Josh Benoit makes a mistake, Javon Thompson can be there to take the lead. He's only 14 seconds behind, and he is pulling faster lap times than him too, so definitely a guy to watch here for the last 6 laps of the race. Javon Thompson in the 93 car, the car that smiles back. As we head on over to Rob Collier, one of the biggest talking points in this whole race, I think we can all agree on that. Rob Collier putting on some heck of a fight with these other cars that he's been racing with. Unfortunately, just got a little bit of damage there, has kind of been his downfall through the mid part of this race. But nonetheless, heck of a drive by this Rob Collier 02 Ford Mustang.
Mr. Showtime Rob Collier. He will put it in positions that it probably shouldn't be in. Giving it everything he's got, not leaving out an ounce of effort. Driving a phenomenal race. Let's see if he can make up some time here to Javon Thompson as we wind down this race.
This is definitely going to be a guy you want to watch on an oval track.
He's a hard charger. Mr. Showtime, Rob Collier.
As we head on over to 5th place here, Stephen Downton. Doing a great job to keep that car in the top 5 in that SRI Performance Ford Mustang.
He's been consistently in the top 5 all night. Haven't had a lot of mistakes and just keeps clicking the laps down as he's trying to seek this top 5 finish.
Actually, we might be seeing a battle between Steven and Rob. Excuse me, Steven and Matt Steven. Matt Steven only 3 seconds behind him.
As we saw, Matt Steven was one of the cars that took tires later in that stint, that first stint. Little fresher tires on his car than Stephen Downton right now. Maybe he can mount a charge here.
Matt Steven pulling about a half-second quicker lap times than Stephen Downton right now. We've got 4 laps to go. He could possibly pull this off.
Especially with lap traffic there in front of Downton there. This could get interesting.
Stephen Downton consistently pulling slower lap times than Matt Steven here. Matt Steven, possible 5th place. If he keeps pushing hard, this can happen.
You know he's digging for everything he's worth.
Matt Steven has taken that gap down to 2 seconds now.
And down that lap traffic getting closer in his front windshield. This could get interesting here.
Coming into this hard braking zone, Matt Stevens overshoots a little bit. As we see a lap car go off.
Lap car. That's good news there for Steven Downton. Now he has nothing in his windshield, just track to work with. As we're under 4 laps to go in this race.
What a great view this is. You can see the gap in between Matt Steven and Steven Downton. Steven Downton putting some hurt on that 98 machine of Matt Steven. Putting down a pretty solid lap time of a 147.9, but Matt Stevens still a little bit quicker with a 147.5. Consistently
He's got it back
closer.
down to 2 seconds.
Matt Steven has really got to make something happen here in order to catch Steven Downton and make a move for that 5th place position. Still 3 seconds out.
Oh, his Yost is off again.
Matt Steven locking it up into the last hairpin, losing valuable time. 33, lap 33 with 2 to go. He's running out of time. Move on up here to Steven Downton and see the line he's taking. He's got some damage on his car as well as he gets that corner a little wide.
Uses a lot of curb there on exit. Able to get a straight run off that corner. Really maximizing the tires he has right now.
Man, he is pushing really hard to stay ahead of Matt Steven here. Doing a great job at that too. Behind. Matt Steven has got to do something to make this happen.
He's getting closer. He's gonna only have 2 laps to go when we get to the stripe to make a run at him.
Steven Downton pulling a 148.2. Matt Steven,
Oh,
147.
a little bit of wheel spin there.
We're in
Lost
the
a little
final
bit of
lap.
time there. The leader is just taking the white flag. Matt Stevens charging real hard. He can see him getting bigger in his windshield. This is for 5th.
Hard braking by Matt Steven going into that corner, trying to make up as much ground as he can. If we take a real quick look at the leader coming into the hard braking zone, these guys have time. Matt Steven can get this done. Oh, Steven Downton locks his brakes up. That gives the
Oh, we gotta
98.
run!
98 is right on his bumper. Can he make this happen going into the final corner? He's going to get a great draft going down this straightaway. Let's see what he can
He's
do
got the
here.
double, got the switchback, the hard right-hander to the left-hander to the front stretch. Can he make his move? Using a lot of brakes, sending it in. Gets a little bit of spin, overshoots the corner, and Downton's gonna hang on for 5th.
We still got another lap with these guys as we've got the leader behind him right now. As
Coming
we
through the
watch him
final turn,
coming to the checkered
Derek
flag.
Miller.
Derek Miller is going to walk away with this win with a 51-second gap to second place. Great job by this guy. We're going to real quick go back to our battle here between Steven Downton and Matt Steven. This is big news right here. We can see a great finish to this race with these two guys.
Looks like Steven got through that corner clean. Gets a good run off. Now into the hard left-hander.
Oh, he gets a little loose. Steven Downton does. Coming out of that corner, so does Matt Steven. This is Matt Steven's opportunity in this hard braking to see if he can get something done.
He really drives it in there deep. Gets through the switchback really well. Plants the throttle, and he is charging towards Downton.
As it goes
Oh,
up
he
the inside,
sent it! Oh, no!
that pushes the 09
Sends
wide.
him wide!
The 98's
Oh,
gonna
what
take
a
it.
move! Steven! Oh, no. Heartbreak in the final right-hander
he
into the
loses
wall!
it.
Oh, no!
What a heartbreak. Heartbreak for the 09 car. Gonna bring it home in the top 5. Cannot get it done. Matt Steven goes around him. Going into the final chicane here. Rounding out the top 5. Your driver in the 98 Toyota Camry. Finishing 5th place, Matt Steven. Great race. As Steven Downton comes through the last corners to limp it home in his beat-up Ford Mustang. What a heartbreak.
Yeah, that's tough on the final right-hander of the race.
Well, it was a great race. Let's get Derek Miller up here and let's get his opinion on this race. Derek Miller, this is Thomas and Jay up in the booth. How are you?
I'm doing good.
Good. Hey, way to pull off a victory. What a dominant victory at that. 52 seconds over second place. Tell us your thoughts about that race.
Yeah, it was tough. This car is not easy to get around this track, and the tire fall off was extreme. But got it done. Had a couple mistakes, but luckily they weren't too costly.
Yeah, being the class of the field here, just a phenomenal drive by this 48 machine and the driver behind it, Derek Miller. Derek, is there anybody you'd like to thank for your race win here tonight?
Yeah. We've been talking about this race for a few weeks with my team, Ace Racing, figuring out the setup and what best to run. It was fun working with them on.
Awesome. Well done tonight. Absolute class of the field. Derek Miller here. Great job again. And we'll see you next week.
Thank you.
You bet, you bet. Congratulations again to Derek Miller. We will round out your top 5 here.
As he is burning it down. Celebratory burnout for your winner, Derek Miller. Phenomenal race.
Yep, absolute class of the field here. Derek Miller putting in the time, putting in the work with his team, Ace Racing, with Derek Miller, Matt Steven, and Robert Gass. Doing a great job tonight. Great job, Ace Racing, getting that done, getting the dubs. And we'll move on to second place here with Josh Benoit coming into second place, 52 seconds behind the leader. Javone Thompson, third place, with 1 minute and 5 seconds behind the leader. And that rounding out your podium. Rob Collier brings it fourth. Matt Steven fifth. Stephen Downton sixth. Tim Henderson in seventh. Matt Yost eighth. Geo Oaks ninth. And Dallas Seward rounding out your top 10.
We saw some great battles throughout this race. Awesome job by these drivers, really maximizing their cars on this track to put on one well of a show for you guys at home.
Yes, well, we thank you guys for watching this broadcast. Make sure to tune in. We're going to be doing some more Nexus Sim Racing live broadcasts. So tune in, have some fun with us. We'll be doing some oval racing as well. They'll be a little bit more exciting, a little bit more populated with some drivers. And we're excited to see you for the next one. This is Thomas. And
My name is Jay.
in the booth. And thank you for